Ladies and gentlemen, if I could ask you to take your seats, thank you. We're on a rather tight time schedule this evening because there is so much that we want to tell you about, but also to be able to show you and for you to be able to ask lots of questions for yourselves. Sixth form is a really, really important stage of education. I would go as far as saying it might be as important, as crucial as the early years of education are, as they are when you are 4 and 5 years old, because it's a point where you are re-engaging and you are becoming your adult selves and you are starting to find the things that you will do probably for many, many years to come. So when you go into sixth form, you cross a threshold. Now, to explain just a little bit of that, it's important to understand the education system in the United Kingdom. The education system for us is essentially a triangle. And at the very pinnacle of that triangle, in our system, is a doctorate, a PhD. And you get to that point by bringing new knowledge to your field of study. So that's what we prioritise. Whether that's what you want to do or not, that's what we prioritise in our university systems. And things sort of flow downwards from there. So along the bottom, we have lots and lots of subjects, lots of activities, lots of things for you to find out if you like and if you're good at. And as you go through education, we narrow those very slightly to your GCSEs, which you are, most of you in upper 5, going to sit towards the end of this year. And then we ask you to narrow again towards your A-levels, where you would typically pick 3 A-levels and the extended project qualification, because what universities want are experts in the making. Remember, they want you ideally to provide new knowledge to the system. So they want you to be quite specialised. They want you to narrow in. And that's a really scary decision, because you suddenly get torn between subjects that you like because your friends are in them, or subjects that you like because you're really good at them, and subjects that you've never studied before. So those decisions are quite big decisions to make. And it's important that you go into them with your eyes open. The sixth form is also important because for us as educators, we get to have in front of us people that will astonish and surprise us. Teaching sixth form is something that we don't go into lightly. So you train to teach, and then you learn on the job to become a teacher. And when you go into teaching sixth form, typically school will hold your hand pretty tightly because teaching A-levels is really, really hard, but also because the people you're teaching are going to be at a standard that you've got to be able to match and exceed. I remember personally teaching sixth form, teaching A-level philosophy for many years and loving it. It was perhaps the favourite of my teaching roles because you're in front of people who are going to challenge you and you're going to get something really exciting back from. So the experience of being in sixth form is something that will be different to the experiences that you have had previously in your schools. You are that much closer to your teachers. There is that much more collegiality, working alongside. You're in partnership. And for a teacher, that's an exciting thing as well. So you need to choose wisely. You need to go into it knowing that you're going into partnership with the teachers, because that's what will get you where you need to be. Our A-level results, phenomenal. They are excellent year on year, and they're not excellent because we took the top 1% of the cleverest children in the country and made them sit down and take exams. What we do is work with individuals, get to know them very, very well, and give them all of the support that they could need. That's how you get to 50% of grades being A to A star, 26% being A star. That's phenomenal, but it's achieved in partnership. So I'm really excited for you today. I'm really excited for you to find out what Moreton has to offer for its sixth form, which is a huge amount. But it's better that you hear that from people that are living it day to day, including a good number of our sixth form themselves who are here to talk to you. I'll hand over now to Ms. Ashworth. Ms. Ashworth.
Okay, so I want to start by just welcoming what will be the class of 2026-28 very, very soon. So in order to showcase why the sixth form is different and how busy life is in the sixth form and how many opportunities you have in the sixth form, some of our wonderful upper six students, some of our prefects and international students rose to the challenge and took a GoPro and filmed each other and themselves. So we just want to show you a little snippet of a day in the life of sixth formers and how they feel about sixth form. So I hope you enjoy watching.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm in upper sixth and I've been in Moreton for 7 years. I study biology, chemistry and theatre studies A-level. I want to go into medicine, so biology and chemistry are required. And then you can kind of choose whatever you'd like for your third subject. So I chose drama because I have a big passion for theatre and I think it's quite nice to have a creative outlet during my A-levels.
I chose French because I think it's really important to have another language and to kind of almost be bilingual, because I came to Moreton and I came from a Welsh school, so I already knew Welsh, and then I kind of thought, oh, I should start another language. So I've done French from basically primary school here, and I really love studying different cultures.
I'm currently studying history, geography and psychology. I chose them for different reasons. I think I wanted something new and something different I hadn't done at GCSE, which is why I chose psychology. And I've always loved history. It's always been my favourite subject, so that was an easy one.
So my name is Sophia. I'm in upper sixth and it's my third year in Moreton Hall. And I'm an international student and I'm from Ukraine. I chose business, art and photography. I think I'm a really creative person, so that's why I chose art and photography, and I learned art for my GCSE, so I decided to continue for A-levels. And photography is something different. I never learned that before, so I decided to try something new. And business, I just really want to learn business in future and learn how businesses are working and how they operate and communicate with customers, so that's why I chose that.
Moreton's definitely been a big help in my application for medicine. Being head of Gender Society is really exciting, bringing in new people for talks on medicine and veterinary and helping to kind of open up the different career options that's available in healthcare. The MMI interview practice that we attended last year and this year is really exciting to help you prepare for university interviews.
So I do lots of extracurricular activities outside of my lessons. So I don't take music A-level or GCSE, but you're still offered music lessons. So I take guitar and singing lessons. You can do exams in them, and I've done a few singing exams, but with guitar I just do it for fun. I'm really interested in journalism, my own style of writing, so I had the opportunity to write a column for the E-News, which is really fun. So I can kind of practice writing for a specific audience, and it's kind of different from my essay writing in my other subjects. I also did Gold Duke of Edinburgh, which was a great experience. We really bonded as 7 girls, which was really good. We went to the Lake District. I really think that taught me how to be resilient, and even though the weather was really hot, we kind of fought through. I also do the Senior School Show, which is every year from September, and the show's in December. I've done this since year 9, where I was a chorus member, and now I'm one of the lead roles, so it's really fun seeing that transition.
I also take part in MUN, or Model United Nations, which has really helped with my confidence, my debating skills and just general world knowledge, and I do that every Wednesday with Miss Pritchard.
School always organizes different events for international students. For example, pupils can share their language and help other students to get to know something new about their own culture. So IELTS helped me to improve my English, for example, vocabulary and grammar. Teachers help us to structure our essays and just prepare us for IELTS exam. And that's why it helps me to feel like a part of a big Moreton family.
Head girl means a great deal to me. I'm really grateful to be chosen, and I'm kind of really excited to make some positive change with the prefect team into the school, as well as build connections throughout the school and bring the lower school and the senior school closer together. I really want to kind of promote the academic clubs and all the activities that we have at Moreton to really help people make the most of their time here and their experiences.
I think Moreton is really great because the opportunities that we get given through lacrosse, whether it's playing for England, becoming a national champion, you can't really get that anywhere else. And it's definitely my favourite part of the week, going to training. Even like in the drizzle at 7 p.m. on our Astro, it's still, yeah, a great part of the day.
So the EPQ is the extended project qualification. It's really useful for students in sixth form because it helps us kind of explore different subjects outside of the normal curriculum, and you can go down different avenues. It's really good to help you with your independence, tackling a large research project, going through the sources, learning different research techniques and methods to write a 5,000-word dissertation. And it's really useful for universities to see you kind of taking your subject or your area of chosen interest further than the normal curriculum, and it looks really good on your application. So it's really important that we offer it here, and I think everyone should make the most of it. I think the best thing about sixth form at Moreton is the opportunities that you have and the diverse range of them, from going to lacrosse practices in the morning to an evening of drama rehearsals, and then going to your academic clubs or your art clubs. And I think that's really important to make the most of all the opportunities that we offer here, because you don't find them anywhere else. I definitely recommend it to anybody.
I think in sixth form we are more like independent. We have more opportunities. For example, we can take driving lessons or just go for a walk somewhere. And it just feels like you're an adult, and it's prepared you for your life in future. Yeah, I'm sure I would recommend Moreton Hall for other students, because here is really supportive atmosphere and everyone are really friendly and supportive, and I just love Moreton Hall for that.
Thank you to the girls for sharing that with us. It really opened my eyes to how busy and diverse their lives are, because we just see them in our little area and don't realise necessarily that they're doing all of these things. And I have to say that we did cut about 10 minutes of that film, and none of it was repetition because there was just so much going on. So I think it hopefully gives you a flavour of what they're doing. So I think it was Sophia who mentioned that feeling of family, and I think one of the big things that drives that ethos of family is the boarding system in sixth form. So Miss Davis-Cook, or Miss DC as she's known to everybody, is going to talk to you a little bit about the boarding houses in sixth form.
So, yes, it's a real pleasure to talk to everyone this evening about what I think is one of the most special aspects of sixth form life, which is our boarding community. We do live across two boarding houses in sixth form. Our current girls will know we have Charlesworth and Lloyd Williams, and each of those houses has its own personality. So Charlesworth is mostly made up of double bedrooms with ensuite facilities, and it's very sociable and supportive feel. Lots of friendships form very quickly. Lloyd Williams, it's slightly different. We have our single rooms, shared bathrooms, which is ideal for those, I think, who have thrive for a little bit more independence, prefer their own space, but we still have those communal common spaces for that close-knit community. The two boarding houses do have a shared space known as the Link, which is, the heart of sixth form life. It's a warm, welcoming, relaxing area where the girls can come together to study, relax, watch Netflix, or just chat at the end of the day. I think a really important part of what we do in sixth form boarding is creating balance. So each week, for example, we do something called midweek pause, where both houses will come together and sort of down tools, enjoy some snacks, take a moment to reset and chat all together. It's one of those small but quite meaningful traditions that we have brought up in sixth form. We also know that sixth form will be a new chapter in many ways, and for some girls this might be the first time that they experience boarding. And quite often some of our more traditional day students will start to perhaps thinking about staying 1 or 2 nights a week, and quite quickly find that they enjoy that sense of independence and togetherness that boarding can bring for everybody. What I think really sets us apart here at Moreton, though, is that quite special relationship between home, house and tutors. Each student is part of a small tutor group, and that tutor stays with them for the 2-year journey that they are with us through lower 6 and upper 6. The tutors are really central to that student's progress, offering both academic guidance and pastoral care through their weekly one-to-one sessions. I do think life in-house at this stage does feel a little bit different too, with study periods, or as the girls like to call them, frees. It does come with a greater sense of trust and responsibility. We are very big on an open door policy, and it means that there is somebody in the house office who's always there for advice, reassurance, or just a friendly chat. Ultimately, our aim is quite simple. We want to ensure that every girl does feel seen, feel supported and stretched to achieve her best. I believe that the pastoral care here is all-encompassing, and it is something that myself and the rest of the sixth form team are really proud of.
So as I said, Miss DC and Miss Dyack, who is at the back, who I'm sure will wave at everybody, who is the Charlesworth house mistress, they will be available later on if you want to go and have a look around the house and for some tours. So there are quite a few families with us today who are coming to look at Moreton for sixth form, which is wonderful. And it's quite a daunting thing, changing schools for sixth form. So I'm just going to invite Scarlett and Zara just to come and talk to us a little bit about their experience of that process. Do you want to come up, girls? So it was only a very, very short time ago that they were sitting where you're sitting now. So Scarlett is in upper six, so she's been with us a year now, and Zara in lower six, just a matter of weeks.
Hi, I'm Scarlett and I'm in upper six. So I came to this information evening 2 years ago where I didn't know anyone and also wanted to study very different subjects to what I'm currently studying. But throughout year 11, I became more familiar with Moreton through the sixth form induction programme, which meant that I was able to make friends before I even joined the school. And on my first day, I settled in pretty seamlessly, which I was very, very grateful for. I also went back and forth about my subjects a lot of times, which everyone here was very accommodating of, which was also very helpful. I'm now studying economics, biology and RS, and have just applied to Cambridge to study politics, which I also got a lot of support with through the Oxbridge programme, which was also great.
Hi, I'm Zara. I joined Moreton this September, having looked at a range of sixth form providers. What drew me to Moreton was the school's passion for lacrosse and the team's reputation as the Queens of North. I will admit, the first week, I was feeling a bit anxious as I had never been to an all-girls boarding school before. However, the girls at Moreton certainly made me feel welcome and loved. When I joined, I knew that I would want to stay on the weekends, as I didn't want to miss out on the fun at home. However, now I want to stay on the weekends, as I feel like I'm missing out here at Moreton. The teachers stretch you to achieve the best that you're capable of. There are clinics if you need extra help, and one-to-one sessions too. I have now had my first big lacrosse match. We played at Stonex Stadium against Berkhamsted. The Moreton lacrosse team worked together, supporting each other to achieve a huge win, and I now can't wait for national championships.
Thank you. Okay, so there are some programmes that are bespoke to lower six and bespoke to Moreton, and two of those are the Wylands Diploma and also our spoken English grade 8 qualification as well. So Harriet and Matilda are going to talk to us about those two programmes.
One of the great things unique to Moreton for sixth form is the bespoke life skills programme, the Wylands Diploma. Throughout lower sixth, we have a weekly session to prepare us for life after Moreton. We cover important workplace skills such as how to write CVs and cover letters, and importantly, interview skills. As well as this, we study skills necessary for everyday life, such as car maintenance, understanding our finances, and developing resilience. We also consider the benefits and risks of AI to ensure we are well equipped to use this powerful tool. This week, we started a 5-part course in risk and self-defense, which I really enjoyed. My favourite thing we studied so far was our Creating Brand New session, where we were taught how to use LinkedIn and we made profiles for different characters. Each week we have our weekly sessions that are small groups which ensure everyone feels comfortable to share their opinions and ask questions to make sure we get the best out of the experience. At the end of the course, we have the opportunity to receive our writing diploma, after which we submit a fully referenced independent study and have to complete 3 sessions of volunteer work throughout the year. As I look forward to going to university, I know that the Ryan Diploma will get priority today.
In Lower 6th, all pupils take the English Speaking Board Grade 8 examination. We have a 1-hour lesson scheduled into our timetable and take the exam towards the end of the second term. The examination assesses your ability to communicate and earns pupils valuable UCAS points for university entrance. We have lessons in small groups and are taught how posture, vocal tone and eye contact affect how we communicate. There's no need to worry if you've never done spoken English before or it's something that you find difficult or scary, because Miss Pritchard is always there and makes it a comfortable environment for everyone. Spoken English is a great skill to have, as throughout life you'll find yourself needing to communicate, whether it's with just a few people or a crowd of hundreds. I think that spoken English has really helped me to gain confidence and feel comfortable in front of a crowd.
Okay, so 2 other things that some of our girls benefit from are LEADS. So Vivian is going to come and talk to us about LEADS, and Moreton Enterprises. Fionn is going to talk to us a little bit about Moreton Enterprises.
So LEADS is a cooking course that involves 2 cooking lessons and 1 demonstrating lesson each week. And in the demonstration lesson, you get taught how to cook meals, and the best thing is that you get to try it afterwards. And in cooking lessons, you have 2 hours to prepare, cook, and just play. And you also get to take it back. And I would recommend it to you all because you get your own knife kit and with your initials on it, and also a set of clothing that you can wear when you're cooking, because you wouldn't want your own clothes to get dirty and stinky. And besides, you also get a level 2 food hygiene and LEADS CETH qualification that will be known throughout the food industry. So it would be helpful if anyone would want to get to the food industry as being a chef or a dietitian. And this course is a really good chance for you to learn skills and gain knowledge.
Hello everybody, I'm Fionn, this year's Managing Director of Moreton Enterprises. If you don't know already, Moreton Enterprises is Moreton's very own student-run business, managed entirely by Lower 6th girls. It consists of 3 departments: Tuck, selling snacks and drinks; Boost, offering fresh smoothies and milkshakes; and Elements, providing everyday essentials such as flashcards and toiletries. But besides the fun of creating new products, Moreton Enterprises is a fully functioning business with a turnover of over £34,000, and we as students handle every aspect, from dealing with suppliers to conducting market research. This gives us invaluable real-life experience and prepares us for life beyond Moreton. The application process is designed to reflect the real world, involving formal interviews when you'll have the chance to demonstrate your ideas and enthusiasm. If you're new to the school, getting involved in ME is a brilliant way to get to know people both in your year and outside your year, whilst also becoming part of a supportive and dynamic team. If you'd like to find out more about ME, the Enterprise Centre will be open this evening between 7 and 8, so make sure to pop in.
Okay, so Mr. Brewer alluded to the fact that the A-levels is a very, very important step on your future journey. And we recognise that at Moreton, and the Next Steps department, which is me and Mrs Matthews, we support the girls on a one-to-one basis all the way through their sixth form journey, whether that is to investigate universities in the UK or overseas, whether it's to apply for degree apprenticeships or gap years. We're there to support and provide that advice. A key event in the calendar is our Careers and Universities Fair, which takes place every February. So all of you in Upper 5 will be invited to attend this February, and then you will come back again the year after in Lower 6. And any students who are thinking of joining us next September, they are invited to come along as well. We have over 60 exhibitors from universities, businesses, gap year providers. So it's a fantastic opportunity for you to start window shopping and having a look at what is available. Just thought it'd be interesting just to show you just a few of our recent Leavers destinations. The reason it's sort of presented like that is because we're very big on the phrase wiggly paths in the Next Steps department. And we realise that at age 16 or even age 18, you don't really know what you want to do. And also the days of a lifelong career are long gone. Many people will have multiple different directions in their careers over the sort of the coming years. So we very much believe in do what you enjoy and do what you're good at every stage on that journey, and you will end up where you ultimately want to be, even if you don't know where that is at the moment. So over 50% of our students every year go to Russell Group universities because that's where they choose to go. We have a hugely diverse range of courses that they choose. We have medics and vets, a couple of them speaking to you today. But we also have artificial intelligence. So we had our first student this year who left in the summer, who's gone off to the University of Bristol to study artificial intelligence, which is really exciting. We also have students who want to go to much more specialist institutions. So, for example, Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts, in this case, to do management. So management in the performing arts industry, not just actually performing themselves. We've also got a KPMG degree apprentice who is currently on their pathway for their audit programme. So a really diverse range of Leavers destinations. So we will send out these slides, but just a few key dates for your diaries. On the 14th of November is our admissions day. So Liz Farrow is here somewhere. I'm sure you've all met her. So if you want to talk to her about attending that scholarships day, she will be around this evening if you haven't already. In February, we have our A-level subject taster day, which is a fantastic opportunity for you to be a sixth former for a day. You can try a huge range of A-level subjects. So you have a timetable, the whole day will be timetabled, and you can try different subjects just to see whether you think it is a good fit for you or not. And then, as I said before, the careers fair is on the following day. That's on the Wednesday morning. We asked for your options choices at the end of February half term, which isn't really that far away, which is why you need to really start thinking about these choices. And then, as Scarlett mentioned, we have the sixth form induction programme, which we run in June, where we invite everybody who is going to join us for sixth form in September back into school for a few days. We do fun activities in school. We take you to visit a Russell Group university, and we also try and prepare you a little bit for the following September. So your teachers give you all sorts of fun activities to do over the summer so that you hit the ground running in September with your A-level subjects. So just a few pointers how to make the most of this evening. And I think just go with an open mind, talk to everybody. Even if you think you have an idea of the A-level subjects that you want to study, just go and talk to somebody that you haven't thought about, just so that you can say, well, actually, I've considered every option. Talk to the subject ambassadors, who are our sixth form students, because they're actually studying the courses. So even though the teachers might give you the official line, I'm sure the students will tell you what it's really like and give you some insights. Consider subjects that are new to you. So that by that I mean subjects that you might not have had the opportunity to study at GCSE. So that could be subjects like economics or psychology. We also have subjects that have different assessment methods. We've introduced a wider curriculum this year. So we do a performing arts course, which isn't an A-level, but it's the equivalent of. It's a level 3 qualification, and the assessment is continuous assessment throughout the course, including the senior show if you take part in it. And also we have a sport course, which is very, very similarly assessed. Also remember that all A-levels are equal. There aren't better A-levels than others. They are all worth exactly the same when it comes to UCAS. As Lauren mentioned with her medicine application, she's chosen theatre studies as her third A-level because she loves it, she's passionate about it, she knows she's going to do well in it, but also there are a huge number of skills that she is developing from doing theatre studies that will serve her really well as a future medic. And also, please do visit all those supercurricular and extracurricular stands. So by supercurricular, we mean things that will enhance your academic life. So that could be Jenna or Bronwyn or Model United Nations. And extracurricular, those extra fun things like D&E, etc., that you can take part in. So key staff to talk to. We're not going to do a formal Q&A session in here now, but all of these staff will be over in the library box this evening. So Mrs. Champion, if you don't know Mrs. Champion already, I'm sure most of you do, she is here. Mrs. Williams, who is our Deputy Head Pastoral, myself and Alison Matthews, sixth form, Ellie, who's waved at you already from the back, Mr. DC, and Liz Farrow, who is our admissions officer. So please talk to them.